Welcome to Gentle Bible Time. Tonight, we will immerse ourselves in the comforting words of John chapter 11. This passage beautifully illustrates themes of love, loss, and hope. As we read and reflect, let these words bring peace to your heart and mind as you prepare for a restful night. Let's begin with the reading of John 11. John 11, 1-2. Now, a certain man was ill, Lazarus of Bethany, the village of Mary and her sister Martha. It was Mary who anointed the Lord with ointment and wiped his feet with her hair, whose brother Lazarus was ill. Here, we see the deep connection between Jesus and this family. Lazarus is not just any man. He is a dear friend of Jesus. The mention of Mary's act of devotion highlights the love and intimacy they shared. Verses 3-4. So the sisters sent to him, saying, "Lord, he whom you love is ill." But when Jesus heard it, he said, "This illness does not lead to death. It is for the glory of God, so that the Son of God may be glorified through it." The sisters reach out in their time of need, demonstrating the importance of bringing our concerns to God. Jesus' response assures us that even in our darkest moments, there is a divine purpose at work. Verses 5-6. Now Jesus loved Martha and her sister and Lazarus. So, when he heard that Lazarus was ill, he stayed 2 days longer in the place where he was. It might seem surprising that Jesus delayed his visit. This teaches us patience and trust in God's timing. Sometimes we may feel God is distant, but his love for us remains constant. Verses 7-10. Then after this he said to the disciples, "Let us go to Judea again." The disciples said to him, "Rabbi, the Jews were just now seeking to stone you, and are you going there again?" Jesus answered, "Are there not 12 hours in the day? If anyone walks in the day, he does not stumble, because he sees the light of this world. But if anyone walks in the night, he stumbles, because the light is not in him." Jesus speaks of light and darkness, illustrating the importance of walking in faith. In our lives, we are called to trust in the light of Christ, even when circumstances seem daunting. Verses 11-14. After saying these things, he said to them, "Our friend Lazarus has fallen asleep, but I go to awaken him." The disciples said to him, "Lord, if he has fallen asleep, he will recover." Now Jesus had spoken of his death, but they thought that he meant taking rest in sleep. Then Jesus told them plainly, "Lazarus has died." Here we see Jesus' gentle way of revealing the truth. He uses the metaphor of sleep to describe death, which teaches us about the hope of resurrection. Verses 15-16. "And for your sake I am glad that I was not there, so that you may believe. But let us go to him." So Thomas, called the twin, said to his fellow disciples, "Let us also go, that we may die with him." Thomas's declaration shows loyalty and courage, yet it also reflects the fear that can accompany faith. It's a reminder that doubt can exist alongside belief. Verses 17-19. Now, when Jesus came, he found that Lazarus had already been in the tomb 4 days. Bethany was near Jerusalem, about 2 miles off, and many of the Jews had come to Martha and Mary to console them concerning their brother. The community's presence highlights the importance of support during times of grief. We are not meant to walk through our struggles alone. God often provides comfort through others. Verses 20-22. So when Martha heard that Jesus was coming, She went and met him, but Mary remained seated in the house. Martha said to Jesus, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. But even now I know that whatever you ask from God, God will give you." Martha's honesty in her grief is a powerful reminder that it's okay to express our feelings to God. Her faith shines through her sorrow, offering a beautiful example of trust amidst pain. Verses 23 to 27. Jesus said to her, "Your brother will rise again." Martha said to him, "I know that he will rise again in the resurrection on the last day." Jesus said to her, "I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me, though he die, yet shall he live, and everyone who lives and believes in me shall never die. Do you believe this?" She said to him, "Yes, Lord, I believe that you are the Christ, the Son of God, who is coming into the world." In this profound exchange, Jesus reveals his identity as the resurrection and the life. This promise reassures us that physical death is not the end. We have eternal life in him. Martha's declaration of faith reminds us of the power of belief. Verses 28 to 31. When she had said this, she went and called her sister Mary, saying in private, "The teacher is here and is calling for you." And when she heard it, she rose quickly and went to him. Now Jesus had not yet come to the village, but was still in the place where Martha had met him. When the Jews who were with her in the house, consoling her, saw Mary rise quickly and go out, they followed her, supposing that she was going to the tomb to weep there. Mary's response reflects the deep sorrow shared in community. The act of comforting one another is a beautiful expression of love and support. Verses 32 to 34. Now when Mary came to where Jesus was and saw him, she fell at his feet, saying to him, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." When Jesus saw her weeping, and the Jews who had come with her also weeping, he was deeply moved in his spirit and greatly troubled. And he said, "Where have you laid him?" They said to him, "Lord, come and see." Jesus' compassion is evident here. His response to Mary's sorrow shows us that he enters into our pain and shares in our grief. It's a comfort to know that we can express our emotions to him. Verse 35, Jesus wept. This shortest verse in the Bible speaks volumes about the heart of Jesus. He understands our struggles and meets us in our sorrow. His tears reflect his love for Lazarus and for each of us. Verses 36 to 37. So the Jews said, "See how he loved him." But some of them said, "Could not he who opened the eyes of the blind man also have kept this man from dying?" In this moment, we see a mix of faith and doubt. It's natural to question God's plans, especially in times of pain. Yet, we must remember that his ways are higher than ours. Verses 38 to 40. Then Jesus, deeply moved again, came to the tomb. It was a cave, and a stone lay against it. Jesus said, "Take away the stone." Martha, the sister of the dead man, said to him, "Lord, by this time there will be an odor, for he has been dead 4 days." Jesus said to her, "Did I not tell you that if you believed you would see the glory of God?" Jesus challenges Martha's faith, inviting her to trust in his power. This moment calls us to examine our own faith when faced with seemingly impossible situations. Verses 41 to 42. So they took away the stone. And Jesus lifted up his eyes and said, "Father, I thank you that you have heard me. I knew that you always hear me, But I said this on account of the people standing around, that they may believe that you sent me." Jesus' prayer shows us the importance of gratitude and the purpose of his miracles, to build our faith. He invites us to trust in him, knowing that he hears our prayers, verses 43 to 44. When he had said these things, he cried out with a loud voice, "Lazarus, come out." The man who had died came out, his hands and feet bound with linen strips, and his face wrapped with a cloth. Jesus said to them, "Unbind him and let him go." The command to Lazarus illustrates the authority of Jesus over life and death. This miracle offers us hope that no situation is beyond his power to restore. Verses 45 to 46. Many of the Jews, therefore, who had come with Mary and had seen what he did, believed in him. But some of them went to the Pharisees and told them what Jesus had done. The differing responses to Jesus' miracle highlight that faith is a personal choice. Some chose to believe, while others remained skeptical. It reminds us that we must decide for ourselves how we respond to Jesus. Verses 47 to 48. So the chief priests and the Pharisees gathered the council and said, "What are we to do? For this man performs many signs. If we let him go on like this, everyone will believe in him, and the Romans will come and take away both our place and our nation." Here, we see fear driving the leaders' decisions. They were concerned about losing their power and position. It's a reminder that fear can often cloud our judgment and lead us away from faith. Verses 49 to 53. But one of them, Caiaphas, who was high priest that year, said to them, "You know nothing at all, nor do you understand that it is better for you that one man should die for the people, not that the whole nation should perish." He did not say this of his own accord, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Jesus would die for the nation, and not for the nation only, but also to gather into one the children of God who are scattered abroad. So from that day on, they made plans to put him to death. Even in the midst of conspiracy, God's plan unfolds. Caiaphas unknowingly prophesies the ultimate sacrifice of Jesus for our salvation. It's a reminder that God's purpose prevails, even through human actions. Verses 54 to 57. Jesus therefore no longer walked openly among the Jews, but went from there to the region near the wilderness, to a town called Ephraim, and there he stayed with the disciples. Now, the Passover of the Jews was at hand, and many went up from the country to Jerusalem before the Passover to purify themselves. They were looking for Jesus and saying to one another as they stood in the temple, "What do you think? That he will not come to the feast at all?" In closing, John 11 is a profound reminder of Jesus' love and power. It teaches us about the importance of faith, the reality of grief, and the hope of resurrection. As we conclude this time of reflection, let's remember that God invites us to bring our sorrows to him. He walks with us through our trials, offering comfort and hope. Let's take a moment to breathe deeply together. Inhale and exhale. Feel the peace of God surrounding you as you prepare for rest. May you find comfort in knowing that you are loved and never alone. As you lay down tonight, let the hope of resurrection fill your heart. Know that Jesus is with you, offering peace and rest. Thank you for joining me in this moment of reflection on John 11. May your sleep be restful, and may you awaken with renewed hope. Good night. night, and God bless you.